Good morning and welcome to the Patricia Show. My name is Patricia. Please press subscribe, like, and share button. I want to tell you all something. I told you yesterday about the confusion around money will cause you not to have it, it'll flee. Today, I want to talk to you about the power of your words. Sometimes we do not understand how powerful our words are. But if you remember, well, you have the Bible if you don't remember, back in the, well, what am I mean, do you remember? You don't remember this, what I'm getting ready to say, because what I'm going to say is that in the beginning, there was light. There was nothing, and then the words were spoken, let there be light, and there were light. Now, I know you don't remember that because we wasn't there back then. But what I meant to say was, do you remember that in the Bible where it says in the beginning it was darkness and then there was light? It tells you in the Bible that our words are very powerful and you have to watch what you say. But I don't think we really believe that. You know what I mean? I don't. I think people don't really believe that until maybe something happens and they see it for themselves. So I'm gonna. I never say who I'm talking about. I never have told you all like who that person was. Well, I'm giving you examples about other people's lives. So I'm not gonna start now. So I'm just gonna say this lady. She was on the phone. This was about 2 months ago. She was on the phone talking to one of her cousins. And honest to goodness, he can be, I don't call people names, I don't, but he could be very ignorant. Some of the things he say, it just doesn't make sense. But anyway, he's still, like, people have childhood hurt, and you hold on to that hurt. But you have to let it go because anger can cause cancer. So you have to let all that anger inside of you go and don't hold on to it. Now his cousin has anger at his father and his mother's sister, his aunt on his mother's side, and his father, because his father had left his mom and went and took up with her sister. So he has a lot of anger and bitterness and hatred. Now his father died a few years ago, but the aunt is still living, and he still has that anger towards him. And now now he has developed more anger about his own son. He said that he was telling his son to get a job, he should get a job, and he was setting up job appointments for his son. His son was in his early 20s. He was setting up appointments for the boy to get a job. And basically the boy told him, he was a grown man. He knew how to set up his own, job appointments if he wanted to work. This angered the girl's cousin, the guy that I haven't told you what happened to him. So anyway, this angered him. So he quit talking to his son. So now the lady told me that the whole conversation when she was talking to him was about his son and his father and aunt. So she was trying to tell him that the boy, make him see it out of another pair of eyes or something, that the son had a point, that obviously he didn't want to work. So that's why he wasn't working. So, he's 20 something or 25. He don't need his father to look for jobs and make jobs appointments for him. He didn't agree with that. He was hollering and screaming and, oh my goodness, I guess he just went left. So the lady said she was so, because then he started like saying, saying things to her that were unpleasant about her. So she said she was trying to remain calm. And before she knew it, now let me tell you this before I say this. This lady is also a reader. So a psychic. So she can also see things. Okay, so I just want to tell you that. She said, but before she knew it, she yelled out to him, "Your cancer will return, and this time you will die." And she hung up the phone. So now it's 2 months later since that happened, and I received a call early this morning saying that the boy, her cousin, who she said that to, his cancer has returned, and he was in the hospital. Now, he had gotten when he was talking to her a couple of months ago, he had even said that he had got a clean bill of health and he was fine and everything. Now, the lady said to me that she believed she had a hand in that, in returning, because when she said it, she said she has so much anger, which is feelings. And then she said that because, let me tell you, I know you all don't know this, so I'm going to tell you this. Your most powerful attribute, when I say attribute, you were made in the likeness of God. Likeness is God's attributes. So we don't have any power at all of our own. We're using God's power. Because we don't have any power of our own. We're using God's, okay? So you're using everything that's God. Because of you're nothing by yourself. You know what I mean? You're nothing, okay? So your number one attribute when you were created was your attention. If you hold your attention on something, and then your second, wait a minute, let me say this first before I finish that sentence. Your first attribute is your attention. Your second attribute is your feeling. So what this means is if you hold something in your consciousness with your attention on it, and then you put feeling behind it, it's going to happen. There's no doubt about it. You are going to have, if you're trying to manifest something, you're going to get it. Now, my daughter one time, her car was going to be repossessed. And they were was about to come out any day to repossess a car. And she had been searching so somebody loaned her the money, and she couldn't get the money. So she said when they told her they would be out there any day, she said she just sat on the bed, used her attention to think about her car. She's focused on the car, this power of attention. And then she said it with so much feeling and rage because she was mad they was coming to get the car. And she said nobody was going to repossess her car. She was going to continue to have this car. Do you know that she ended up getting the money to keep the car, and the car was not repossessed. So her powerful words brought it into effect, where she was able, somebody who had the money was going to give her the money so that she could pay this bill and her car wouldn't be repossessed. Now, when I do any type of manifesting, I always tell you to put feeling with it, because I know feeling is your second most powerful attribute. And if you put feeling behind it, and when you're visualizing, there's nothing you can't have. Everything you're asking for, you're going to have if you put feeling behind it. I even did a little experiment on this. I was manifesting a car, and I didn't put any. Well, look. Okay, wait a minute. I manifest the car. Now, the first two I manifest, I put feeling behind it, and I was able to get the car before the week was out, both times, in 5 days. Both of them was 5 days. So I thought to myself, I'm going to test this and see if that's really true. If I don't put my feeling behind it, will I still get the car, and how long will it take? So I did it again to manifest a car, but this time I put no feeling behind it. Do you know how long it took me to get that car? I got a car, but you know how long it took me? 6 months. So that I could see that, wow, the key to manifesting was the attention. The key to manifesting was the feeling. If you feel enough feeling behind it, you're going to get it quicker. So Anger and rage is feeling, because you all in your feeling, and I mean that's definitely feeling. So if you say something when you're angry and rage, yes, it's going to happen, because you're saying something with so much conviction. You're going to be sick again. You know what I mean? So yes, and plus you're putting these feelings behind it. Now, if you don't believe me, you could test it out yourself. When you're angry, manifest something at that point, letting those feelings come up, and then say, I'm going to receive this. You know what I mean? And then see what happens. Or if you're able to muster up that anger or love to be able to command that you're going to have something. Because basically, as the Bible say, it's like you speak the word. Your word is powerful, and you'll manifest the word that you speak. Basically, that's what it is. But people don't even realize they have that power. That we don't even realize we have that much power, that we could just simply, because we always think things are going to be hard. It's got to be hard. So we always think that it's got to be more than that we just speak the word with feeling and we'll have it, whatever we want. No, it's not harder than that. All of this stuff is really easy. We make it hard because we think it's going to be deep and complicated. It's not. It's not deep and complicated at all. So give it a try once if you don't believe me. Give it a try. Get ready to manifest something while you're angry. Very angry. Shout it out that you're going to get whatever it is you're asking for, that you demand for it to come in your life. And see what happens. And I bet you're gonna get it if you have the feelings behind it. Now, your feelings don't have to be anger necessarily, because it's any type of strong emotional feeling that needs to be, and you'll see it come. You're gonna see it manifest quickly. But I was telling you, use your anger, because anger is feeling, and that's very intense feeling. So when this lady said what she said about him getting cancer and it was definitely going to return and he was going to die, she said it in an emotional hizzy, I guess, because she was so angry. But it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. You can't stop energy from happening. Once she said it, that was it. That was it. It has to work out to the end, to what's going to happen. So if you can really get this and understand this is really the key to manifesting anything you want. This is really the key to manifesting, period. Because this is the way I've always manifest. And I always get my stuff within 5 days, whatever it is I'm trying to manifest. And some people, I know it takes them years to get it, whatever it is they're trying to get, or a long time. But that's because they put no feeling behind it. So I wanted to explain to you about the attributes of your most powerful attributes is your attention, when putting your attention on something, and your feeling. And what happened to this lady. Now she feels very bad, because now she's questioning herself to say, did she, by saying that, make the cancer return earlier, sooner than what it was going to return? Or did she create the cancer to come back? Maybe it wasn't going to come back. And by her being so powerfully and putting that out there, it came back. And it comes back to you as strong as your emotion are the emotions that you send it out. So if you send out, she had to be really mad to manifest within like 2 months later. She had to be mad. So because I understand all this, I can imagine how much anger she was feeling at the time. Okay, I better end this tape because it's getting long. So thank you for listening.